Happy Father's Day to all of you, and I'd like all the fathers again to stand, and we may, as Pastor Fisher said, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. God bless you so much. Sisters, did you do anything for fathers? Y'all did? All right. Of course, the experience in St. Louis was one. Now, I don't usually like to make excuses, but I mean that those late night services last week wore me out. And I don't know how much I have this morning, but I'm going to give all I have. And then that's all you do, you get all you have. Let me just take 4 or 5 minutes for my preliminary, and then we'll go into the offertorium period. But you know, it's an interesting thing that my grandmother would always say, just keep on living. The things you could once do, you won't be able to do as you once did. I did not believe that as a young boy. But now I have come to realize that the stuff I once did, I just can't do as much of it as I once did. Y'all look at me funny, but y'all get it too. You know, I ain't got to have it going on anyway, the late night services yesterday started at 10 and it ended about midnight. And Thursday night was the night that really got me. First preacher got up at around 10:30, and he finished about 11. And then we went into the offertory period and preliminary. And then the next preacher was up at 11 and came down at midnight. The thing was that the spirit was so high, they couldn't turn it loose. And then they did what they call a post-preaching presentation, where the preacher had finished it, and then he struck up on a song, and then he was so powerful that they pulled him off the stage. Everything was going on, and they pulled him off the stage. And then he came back to the mic. He said, they won't let me preach, but I got one of my buddies here. So he called Dr. Tennis Chapman, the pastor of the Galilee Church out of Detroit. And he came and squalled about 5 minutes, and then they took the mic from him, and he said, we still ain't finished. Then they called Frank Ray out of Memphis, and he squalled for about 5 minutes. And then they called Mitchell out of Linden Hall, Mississippi, and he hollered for about another 10 minutes. And man, it was something. And the problem was that my ride, when I finally left out about 1 o'clock. When I got out and kept my ride was done. I was staying at the Hilton Ballpark, and the service was at the Grand Renaissance, that's on the corner, if you're familiar with St. Louis, on the corner of 8th and Washington Avenue. And so I wasn't going to pay a taxi, and so I had to walk about 12 to 15 blocks, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I was so high, spiritually. And I didn't even, and so what I did, what I tried to do is everywhere I saw people walking, I would go down those streets, and then I got to Hooters, and some of the waitresses were getting off, so I just kind of got in line and sort of, I mean, you do what you have to do. So this way doesn't know this is the first time hearing it. It's almost, I'm all about 4 blocks with the Hooters, and so they were all the Hooters too. Broadway there, Calico, remember around those, so I was home free, amen. So but one of the things that I do is that every hour when I arrive at the hotel, I call this bank, say I'm here. Then at 11 o'clock I call, I say the first preacher's coming down. Then the next time I call when 11 know the last preacher is up. But I ain't calling until I walk with Hooters. I ain't calling. And we heard Marvin Sapp was in town. Young man was in town. Pressing our way through, what's his name? He has a new song that you're going to be singing too. Bill Rose was in town, Dr. Peoples was there, and it was awesome in the house. The preacher who was so awesome that Thursday night was Dr. Leroy Elliott, pastor of the Great St. John Church out of Chicago. As a matter of fact, Bill Robeson now pastors the church in Flint, Michigan. So it was a wonderful experience. I was energized. I allowed them to pour into me so that I may come and be better at what I do. Even after 32 years in pastoral ministry, I'm still not satisfied at where I am as a preacher. I want to be better. I want to be much, much better than what I am. The only way you can be better is you participate and you go and you learn from others. And so that's why I consistently try to stay in workshops and stay in all types of services so that I can be the best that I can be as a preacher and / pastor. And I think that's why I stress so hard perfection even among the ministers. I want our choir to be the best. I want our ushers to be the best. I desire a strong men's ministry, a strong women's ministry, a strong youth ministry. And God, I'm praying He will raise up leaders to lead individuals in these efforts, especially in these last and evil days. Because I'm again convinced that if God thought enough of me to call me into ministry, at least I could do is prepare myself to be the best that I can be. Because I know He didn't have to select me, He didn't have to call me, but since He did, I ought to at least be ready whenever I'm called upon to rightly divide the word of truth. So it was a wonderful experience there in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, in next year, our Congress will be in Dallas. This our September session will be in Charlotte. And we've never attended a national convention. This is the first time in the history of 130 plus years that it's been in North Carolina. And they're going to host it this year in Charlotte. And so some of them may want to just come up just one day and hang out with me. At least for late night service. As a matter of fact, there's another Hooters right down the street, right there in Charlotte, where the convention is, y'all want to hang out. And I just said, when we in Hooters, I said that I joined that crowd as I was going to the hotel. Y'all got around. But thank you for your prayers, and thank you for your personal gifts that made the experience so meaningful. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And again, I'm glad to be back. Thank God for traveling mercy through the airways. Oh my God. We flew out of St. Louis and went to Chicago midway. And they were saying that there was a storm coming. And they said, you need to go ahead now and get on this plane so we can get out before the storm takes place. And we thank God that we were able to get here safely and land safely. To God be the glory for the great and marvelous thing that He has done. Usually this thing to do something out of the ordinary, but she didn't do much this year. But she knew I was going to come back and tell her. So she didn't do much. The only thing she did was just went to every restaurant and then came back and relaxed. So she didn't do much. As a matter of fact, we found this wonderful eating place if you're ever in St. Louis. Now listen to this will sound strange to you, but if you gamble, I wouldn't advise you to go back. But if you can go there and just eat, then you'll be okay. It's a buffet. It's called, what's the name of it? The Meter Buffet. And it's right in the casino, Four Seasons Hotel, the casino and the buffet. And those of you who've ever been on a cruise ship, you know how they spread the table. That's the same way this buffet eats. And it was so great. We were there 3 consecutive days. And I just refused to go there the 4th day. I mean, that's why I put on a different robe, because oh my God, I mean, you named it was that buffet, very reasonable price. So if you ever there, remember, right now again, Lumiere Buffet, and right on the riverfront. It's the Four Seasons Hotel, the casino, and then the buffet is all there together. We didn't go to the casino either. God bless you so much. That kind of sums up what I need to say. Thank you so much again for your prayers. And again, you've heard the announcement for the day, and I trust that you will bear these announcements in mind. Now, this service this afternoon at 3 o'clock sort of stepped up on me as it relates to the church family. I knew I was scheduled to go with Pastor, preach with Pastor Henderson, but I thought he was just expecting me. He's expecting the ushers and the church family and the choir to be there. Now, as far as I can remember, in 32 years, this is my first time preaching at Mount Lebanon A.M. Zion Church. And once the service is completed, you'll understand why I'm there. Now, I'll just leave it right there. So if you want to know why I'm really there, you have to come this afternoon. Schedule start at 3 o'clock, and we'll be out there by 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You know, it's not going to be a lot of ramming and tearing. You know, I'm just going to present my presentation, and then we'll leave and come on back again. This afternoon at 3 o'clock for Pastor Henderson's anniversary. I thought at first that it was a banquet type service, but then I discovered again, as I stated, that it's a full service, and they're looking for us to serve as it relates to ushering and singing. So I'd love to have you there to accompany me, and I need you there to help me in that service at Mount Lebanon A.M. Zion Church for Pastor's anniversary. I said, once you get there, you'll understand why we were invited to be a part of that service. Vacation Bible School begins tomorrow through Friday from the hours of 6 until 8 o'clock. No weigh-in tomorrow. Thank God I got a week to get this weight off of me. No weigh-in tomorrow either, so you don't have to worry about that. No weigh-in tomorrow. We will have Bible study in the sanctuary at 7:30 Wednesday night, and we will conclude the teachings on the parables of Jesus. But of course, we will deal with his most popular one, which is Luke chapter 15, the parables of the three that are kind of there together. And so that's this coming Wednesday at 7:30. We will have our Bible study here in the sanctuary. And then, of course, Friday night, we will share with Pastor Rodney, the mailman meal, and the Solid Rock Church there in Chesapeake for his conclusion of his anniversary. That service is scheduled to start at 7:30. And if we can leave at 7 o'clock, it's supposed to be about 7:40. We've been about 10 minutes, but we'll be okay there. Running just a little behind. So that takes us through the week. We trust and pray that again, you will bear these announcements in mind again and let us govern ourselves accordingly. Please, ma'am, please, sir, this afternoon, 3 o'clock at Mount Lebanon AME Zion Church. We would love to have you there. God bless you so much. Again, thank you for hearing these announcements. Thank you for receiving them, and thank you for abiding with them. I'm happy today to have a real celebrity among our midst. Yep. One of our members is featured in the issue of the fatherhood issue of Popular Mechanics. And I want Chad to come and explain what his role is as it relates to his article in this marvelous magazine. Chad, come on and talk to us about what fatherhood, how you got it. And I want you to autograph this for me and write me a check. Hey, brother. What do you think about it?
Good morning, church. Good morning. I got a call in April from Youthville, USA, which is based in Boston. They informed me that Elizabeth City has a Youthville program too, but it's one of 275 throughout the country. And he said, Mr. Calvin, we want to talk to you about your mentoring efforts in Elizabeth City. They said, you will be getting a call from Pop Kent Magazine because they want to interview you. So I was like, okay. 3 days later, I get a call, and I interviewed. They talked to me for about 2 hours on the phone, and worked with my mentor efforts here in Elizabeth City. So as I shared with the guy, the journalist that was writing articles, he told me, he said, your story is so intriguing that we want to feature you in this magazine. So, you know, in a magazine, and I know this magazine is going all over the world, I'm happy. So, you know, everybody's going to see me, and it's not only going to show me, but it's also going to show the others here in Elizabeth City. So, as I look, when the magazine comes out, someone called me and said, have you seen the magazine? I say, not yet. I rushed to the food line, got the magazine, and acted for tears in my eyes. Because in this magazine, I'm one of 7 mentors in the United States that was actually featured in this magazine. But the most touching part, is, I have a mentor background. I'm an only child, I have a great father, he has been my mentor all my life. I have tried to be a mentor to as many people as I possibly can, but like I said again, what was most touching to me is that the whole world, I was the only African American out of 7 people that was featured in this magazine for my mentoring efforts. I will continue to do it. Reverend Banks, I told you more than once, your word is it's a spiritual movement for me on a weekly basis. And I take what you give to me and what you share with me and share with as many people as I possibly can. And the actual person that I'm mentoring, he's working on his GED. And within the next 2 weeks, he will be finished his GED. And we have talked with him going to school. When we've been in Elizabeth City grad, you know, I push as many buttons as I possibly can to try to make him fight as well. So, very much thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I will continue to do it again. Thank you, sir. I'm going to read the magazine back to somebody who won't. Now, the young man who's featured with me, I'm assuming this is the one that you're mentoring here in the city. Okay. Because I see him quite a bit, and everybody who look at this will recognize him also. Brother, this is very good. I mean, this is mine. All right, that's good. All right.